Hey everybody, I'm here to do something that has been known on YouTube for a while. You know, obviously a lot of people, fans of shows and games and all that, and you know, whatever, basically like to give you a tour of the room. So that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to give you a tour of my room and sort of let you see for yourself, and just let you see some of the things I also have. So if you see a little darkness along the way, that's because, you know, I'm going to be traveling through the house, and out of respect for the fact that I live here with my mom, you know, just leave it at that. So anyway, let's start with my room, shall we? And I apologize first of all if it's a little bit of a mess. Okay, but here it is. This is my room. And again, I apologize for the mess. It's not the best room, but it's my room. Now, as we could see around here, there are some things that you may recognize from my former apartment when I lived in Lawrence. Some you may not. But let's start here. This dresser drawer was actually, I think, in here when I first moved back here, and they gave it and they allowed me to use it. And most of these drawers here, this one, this one, this one, and that one, these four, the first four here are all closed. And then here at the bottom, we sort of have like a little storage area for my games and my CDs and stuff like that. So my movies, and you know, like you can see a couple of my PlayStations there. Down there, I don't think you can see them, as some of my DS games and some of my PS1 games. Again, I don't think you could see them, but believe me, they're there. And then right there, I don't think you can see, is my Sonic Adventure game for the Dreamcast. And again, this is just in, you know, a storage area. Same within here. This is basically a storage area with all my movies and stuff. So again, though, like I said, I apologize for a little bit of the mess. I apologize for a little bit of the mess. Now up here, now believe it or not, up here used to be a lot of my Transformers, but I took them down because my nephew and one of my young nephews kept asking to play with them, and I wasn't the kind of person that really likes to have their Transformers played with, because I like to keep them as collector items. And I'll show you them in a little bit where they are. Now, up here though, is my X camera. This, of course, broke on me at Great America. I took it, basically what happens, I took it on on the flight deck at Great America. It's kind of like a real, you know, fast-paced roller coaster, where you're sitting down, but your feet are hanging out. You know what I mean? Your legs and feet are hanging out. So, and what happened is the typical force basically tore away the LCD screen on the inside. So that's what happened here. Now this is my stereo. You might recognize that, and I have the speakers up there, as you can probably see, and over here. The reason I don't have the bigger speakers is I left them in Kansas, so, you know, and obviously there's no room as to where I could have put them, so probably a good thing. But yeah, this is the stereo. These, of course, are empty CD binders. These are empty CD binders. I'm going to keep them. These are a couple of Netflix movies I rented. I got to copy them through DVD Fab soon. This is my punch-out manual. I got to put that back. Some Yu-Gi-Oh cards that I found. These are just some Yu-Gi-Oh cards I found. I've got to put them in my collection eventually. And then, of course, some sleeves, some CD sleeves, CD player, my MP3 player, of course, some batteries, USB cord. Actually, this is sort of become like a junk area now since I moved my transformer, so I'm gonna probably have to fix that soon. My watch is right here. Big Paw, a legitimate Big Paw movie I bought. I was watching it a little bit, so then some VCDs under that, and an ink cartridge with an ink cartridge box with an empty ink cartridge in it. My Bible, some brochures for Upward Basketball, my keys, my alarm clock. That's basically on the shelf. Now up here, as you can see, you might recognize that from Kansas. It's my Mickey and Minnie thing I bought. And you might recognize this from Kansas as well, my Yogi Bear picture. In fact, a lot of people have come in here, my relatives included, have actually been impressed about where I got that. Because, believe it or not, I got that from Food for Less when I used to work for them. Then I got a Mike Piazza right here. My mom gave me that for Christmas, my first Christmas back. Then right here, of course, we have the TV. You might recognize that from Kansas, as well as you might recognize the VCR. The only things that are different since I've been back are the fact that this is the new Comcast box. Actually, here's the thing. This Comcast box was actually in that room right there next door. But because mine was acting up, I think mine was just overheated, so I had to replace it. And when I put mine in the guest room, it started working again. So, and of course, I have a lot of DVD plus R's that still need to be recorded. This is my current wrestling one on top. This is a DVD player one of my uncles gave to my cousin, but since he got a Blu-ray, I was able to keep it. You know, they allowed me to keep it, which was pretty cool. It's a Toshiba. The only problem is that sometimes, and it's very rare this happens, but sometimes you basically got to press, when you press the close button on this, right here on the deck button, on the deck, it doesn't go all the way in, so you have to you basically got to do it like once or twice before it goes in, so it still works. It still works in good condition. And then of course I got some of my VCDs and DVDs here. I've got to sort them out. Mostly VCDs. My sound system, as you can see, I brought all the speakers of that here. I brought all the speakers for the sound system with me, so I wasn't gonna miss out on that. And then down here is my DVD recorder. It needs to be dusted a little bit. Yeah, it just needs to be dusted a little bit, but it's a good DVD recorder. It's a Sony, which is a good brand. My mom actually got this for my birthday over a year ago, in July of last year. The reason for it was the fact that my ILO was acting up, and basically what happened is my ILO, like I said with this, the deck door was not working right, and even before then the DVDs weren't recording. If you were going to record a DVD, you had to do all 6 hours or 2 hours or whatever the time limit you had in one day. So anyway, that's my DVD recorder. Then down here is my Xbox 360. I got this about 2008 because, you know, my nephew had one, and then I decided, you know what, my nephew probably likes to play one, and I would like to have one, and you know, I got one, and very soon it's going to have a new game with it, which will be SmackDown vs. Raw 2011, and then in November it's going to have Connect as a part of it as well. And then of course I got some movies and stuff up here too. So, and then of course I got some posters. I got my Eddie Guerrero poster, I got my Transformers poster, got some pictures up here, got some more posters, Undertaker. This one here I've actually had for 20 years. That's right, 20 years I've had that picture, believe it or not. Got that out of a magazine. And then up here I got some Joe Montana pictures when he was with Kansas City and when he was with the Niners. And if you don't know by now, Niners lost to Kansas City today. Then this is something these actually used to be my grandpa's pictures, my late grandpa's pictures, but my grandma decided to give them to me. And then here's my pictures. Here's my things with my school pictures, my sports pictures, my school sports team pictures. This is my junior year in football, senior year in football, and junior year in baseball. And then down here we have an Oklahoma Sooner banner or flag. I have a WWE current 2010 calendar. That's my Wi-Fi router. This is the newest, according to the guy, this is an RCA, but this is the newest digital box or outlet box, if you will, that they had, broadband box that they have, for internet and phone and all that, for the 3-in-1s. That's my phone right here. Have an empty Pepsi bottle, have to dump that. Then of course over here have more CDs. I actually got to move them a little bit. These are a lot of the VCDs that I have. Right here I have soundtracks, my phone, my Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, a majority of this, Netflix, these are Netflix things. I gotta put these somewhere else, but yeah, my Yu-Gi-Oh cards right there, some of my current ones. In fact, the one that's sticking out is it is, if you want to consider it, my main deck. This is my main deck right here. And again, I just got to clean it up a little bit around here. And then of course we have the computer. Right here we have the computer. The towel's down there. Have a different printer, although it's not really working right now. Have my scanner, it still works. Have the American flag right there. Have a picture right there. Have my dedication thing right there. And then in here have most of my other stuff, my boxes, my Sally plush, my Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I'm not going to bring them down or anything, but these are my Yu-Gi-Oh cards, a lot more of them. As you can see, a Chippendale Rescue Angel puzzle thing I got off eBay, an Underdog thing I got at a comic shop in Lawrence, Kansas. A 49er helmet right there that used to belong to my grandpa, but they finally gave it to me. As a matter of fact, when I was a kid, I wore that for Halloween one year. Sorry about the bumping of the door. And then over here we just have some other stuff, a baseball bat, some hats, my Yu-Gi-Oh dual disc, Secret Adventure tapes, all the volumes. Sonic X cards and some Sonic X cards over here. My high school Letterman's plaque, Transformers Revenge of the Fallen plaque, some stuff right there, 49ers deal, and the Last Supper picture right there. And then these are all my jackets. And then of course down here, like I said, these right here under my shoes are all my Bearstein Bear books currently. I have to still get some of the newer ones, but these are all my current Bearstein Bear books. And then in here, as you could probably see, is all my Transformers. That's right. They're all in here. These are all my Transformers right here. And again, the reason I put them in here is because my nephews always keep asking to play with them, and I don't want them to play with them because to me they are collector items. And that's about it for a tour of my room. And I hope you enjoyed it. If you got any comments, let me know. I know it isn't as spectacular as some other people's rooms, but hey, what are you going to do? I hope you enjoyed it, and take care.